Okay, fantastic. All right. Just a moment. So I just want to make sure that everybody can see the screen. It's taking a bit of time, but we are good to go. So my name is Bugembe Andrew, and I'm very glad to be sharing with you um, our story this evening. And we're happy to have a great friend, a dear friend of ours, all the way from Ghana, with us this evening. I know it is 5 p.m. in Ghana. Here in East Africa, it is 8 p.m., while in South Africa, it is just 7 p.m. So wherever you are and wherever you are settled, would like to welcome you to our session. A couple of years ago, I believe the screen should have come now. A couple of years ago, I was invited to this opportunity. Bugembe Andrew is married to Janet Bugembe, and together we have a beautiful little girl with whom we have seen grow through this new life opportunity we are going to be sharing with you this evening. Professionally, I'm an electrical engineer by training. I'm a lawyer profession, and I'm a businessman by choice. I would like to say that this opportunity got me a couple of years ago. It was in 2005 when I first saw this awesome opportunity. I was just 20 years old and I was getting into the university. Look at my electrical engineering degree. That is when a wonderful lady, someone I had studied with in primary school, invited me over to come and have a look at the Neolife opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I remember telling her I'm a very busy person. I don't have time, but many times I am on and off. She said, sometimes in life you can be very busy, you don't have time, but you're actually very busy becoming poor. And that is when I actually opened up my eyes to look at this opportunity because I wanted to spend a couple of years of my life busy becoming something. So I was introduced to New Life. New Life has been around for the last 65 years. Currently, we are in over 55 countries. And right there, as you can see, all across Southern, East, and Western Africa, we do have our presence right there. We are very grateful to God for that. Our mission today is we give everyone the power to be healthier and happier. So if you're on board this evening, if you're a guest, we'd like to welcome you because believe me, after this session, you will have at least an idea on how you can be healthier, happier. New Life has been around for some time, and these are the values that New Life has held by for all these years. We are looking at values like absolute integrity in everything we do and say. Okay, all right, thank you. Ibrahim, you're very well recognized, which I'll be calling you in just a few minutes. Thank you. All right, so we have our values, absolute integrity in everything we do and say. People are number one, products that work. Uh, New Life is an equal opportunity for all. And of course, we lead with a long-range vision. Over the years, we have seen things happen with New Life that would never have happened. But because of this opportunity, guess what? It has been possible for it to happen because of New Life's long-range vision. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a business that we are going to probably show you this evening. And I remember seeing this business, didn't even look so much into the products because at that point I was looking for where I could make an additional income. So if you're on the call, be sure that you're going to look at something where you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Why? Because New Life supports you all the way with the websites, with the apps, with the products, with the financing, with the distribution, and so many other logistics like the taxes and the likes. All right. Moving on there, one of the product ranges is the home care range, where we're looking at a product range that is definitely very versatile. It's economical, it's non-toxic, biodegradable. Today, a number of the cleaning products out there, I will guarantee you that not very many of the cleaning products are the kind that you'll find versatile. A product like Super 10 can replace almost about 10 different other products within a homestead. Coming from what you would use in the bathroom, to the kitchen, to the floors, to the toilets, I mean, name it, to the cars, one product replaces all those. The product's also very economical because if you take a product like Care, for example, which is a disinfectant, you get it as a concentrate, but that 1 liter of concentrate does give you 50 liters of ready-to-use disinfectant, which makes it very economical. You're talking about almost a quarter, $1 per liter, you know. Now you're talking about products being non-toxic. One of the things that is facing our society today, the fact that our children are in an environment that is toxic due to the kind of cleaning products that we're using, looking at the bed sheets they sleep in, the clothes they wear, the floor they play from. I mean, all around, the utensils that you're using to wash the soap that you're using to wash the utensils, all that affects the product. And then the fact that products are also biodegradable. Now, one of the other product ranges that we've got is the Supergrow, which is doing such a fantastic job right here in Uganda and across Africa, where its major function is to conserve water in the soil. That's the major function of Supergrow. So many farmers out there are no longer worried about the unpredictable weather, the rains. Why? Because once they plant their crops and they start applying the Supergrow is able to conserve the water into the soil, and the plants are able to continuously get the water. However, in addition to conserving water in the soil, Supergrow works as a sticker, and it helps to ensure that whatever pesticide, herbicide, or fertilizer you're using on your garden is actually able to be used effectively. So for a farmer that is looking at getting more from their crops and maximizing their profits when they do their farming, Supergrow is one thing that should not miss in your combination. Then we also have very beautiful organic products for the skin, products that make us look younger for longer. When you come through to Neolife, you'll find that a lot of both the men and the ladies have a certain look. They don't look like their age. Why? Because of the wonderful products that they're using. Then last but not least, I'll talk about the health, nutritional products that we have got. We all do realize and appreciate that health is actually your greatest wealth. And that when you're looking at how some of these things work, when you're young, between 0 and 25, you're very vibrant. And then as you keep on growing, 25 to 50, you begin getting tired. Then 50 plus, you begin getting sick. I used to think that's how life is until I was introduced to this wonderful family of Neolife, where I was taught that you can actually live a vibrant life all throughout your life if you're getting enough rest, you're looking at your exercise, and you're also looking at the diet. One of the questions I was forced to appreciate and answer was the fact that when you think about it, why do we eat food? Many of us have moved away from that. We eat food for pleasure, we eat food so that we eat food. People just want to get together and eat food. But the actual reason why we eat food is actually to be alive, so that our body is given the right nutrition to keep us going throughout the years. But over the years, we have changed that so much. So for many of us who are eating to live, the intention is that you're eating food is to live. We say that if you're going to eat, you're supposed to eat like that. You're supposed to eat a lot of whole grains. Whole grains are basically, you're looking at whole wheat, bread, brown rice, oatmeal, and things of that nature. Then if you are going to go further, You need to be looking at eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. You need to be looking at eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. Yes. Sorry, so many videos are on, so I'm getting a bit distracted here, but it's okay. You're looking at eating less protein and eating less fats and sugar. Ladies and gentlemen, what has now happened is that we have changed this round, and what is happening is that most of us are actually eating more of the fats and sugars. And this is where Neolife is coming in to help us solve a very serious problem, because the more we eat like this, the more we are likely not to make it the expected age we are supposed to live at, you know. God has given us all the way up to the age of 80, and maybe very many more years after that, about 10. You know, with this kind of diet, where every day you're consuming something that has a bit of sugar, something that has a bit of cooking oil, you're looking at refined foods coming into your body every single day. And we have turned away from how we're supposed to be eating. What is happening is that a big nutritional gap has been created in our diet, and this is causing a lot of issues. That's why we have a global health crisis where many people all across the world are being affected by these chronic diseases. You know, just the last week here in Uganda, someone just broke down, a very famous person, midnight, just all of a sudden had his heart stop. And these are not things that are far-fetched. These are things that are actually happening in our lives. You've read in the newspapers, if you listen to the stories that are all around us, people are struggling with heart problem, with diabetes, with cancer, simply because of their lifestyle, inactive lifestyle, poor feeding habits, poor diet. Like I've been able to express, many of us on the call as I speak right now, 71 of us, I can guarantee you that many of us have cooking oil and sugar in our homes. And we have been using this cooking oil and sugar for so many years. And you just don't know the kind of impact it's creating in your body. So, ladies and gentlemen, what Neolife has done to give us a solution, they have found that when you use whole grain oils, for example, you're able to have healthy cells. You're able to have whatever you've eaten, the nutrients get into the cell, and then the wastes get out. Then eventually, when without the whole grains, you'll find that the cells are very unhealthy. Yeah. So when you use a product like Trianin, for example, which is there to help you enhance your energy, it improves your nutrient utilization by about 50%. You're able to have that problem solved. Yeah, and they've gone ahead and they've actually helped us understand why we actually need to use Trianin. Why? Because by the time the rice leaves the farm, where it is picked up very fresh, then it's taken for some processing, and then it gets to our kitchen. By the time it gets to the kitchen, a lot of nutrients have been actually lost. Yeah, very sorry about my background. Yeah, but by the time it's in the kitchen, instead of eating the food raw, guess what? You are boiling, you are frying, you are roasting. Anytime you eat any food that is fried, your body, there is no nutrition getting down to the cells because a lot of that nutrition has been lost in the. And that's why we have a group of scientists, the Scientific Advisory Board, that are now doing a very fantastic job providing us with all sorts of solutions. For the fruits and vegetables, we have carotenoid complex, which boosts immunity by about 37% in 20 days. You're looking at about 115 kilos of fruits and vegetables in a 90-cup bottle. Okay? I mean, what would it take for you to have 115 kilograms of different fruits and vegetables? In as far as the bad protein that we are getting, we are able to get very good protein from Neolife through the Neolife shake. And then, of course, because of the too much fats and sugars and the gaps we have in terms of good fats, we're able to have the omega-3 salmon oil that is sourced all the way from the cold seas in the salmon or fish of this world. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, there's a complete solution for you there that comes in two products, Pro Vitality and Neolife Shake. So if you're on the call, and for sure you feel your health is your greatest, I want to encourage you to take this core nutritional program very seriously. Because even as you have dinner right now, I can guarantee you, you don't have as much whole grain in that food that you're eating. You don't have as much um, what fruits and vegetables. You don't even have any fish, salmon, fish oil. That is the good fat that you need in your body. So you definitely already have a gap in the kind of food you are eating. I just want to encourage you to join and become a part of this family that is changing lives. How? By making sure we bring back the balance into our diet. Many other solutions do exist, targeted solutions like community. We have very beautiful children's programs. You're talking about Vita Squares and Vita Guard. Perfect. Too many children these days go back to school, 2 or 3 days, they come back already with coughs and flus and so on and so forth. We have had testimonies all over the place which have truly changed people's lives. I, for one, have been using these products for the last 18 years and getting into my 40s. I'm about to get to the fourth floor. I must say I'm quite excited, extremely excited about life because, ladies and gentlemen, it feels good being a lot healthier than you were so many years ago. But you're looking at stories like Moses Noavine here, who's HIV positive and has actually had his life changed by his products just by using training and carotid complex. He was able to have his CD4 count go up. You know, you're looking at Margaret Amlavo all the way from Nairobi, who before she started using the weight loss program, that is how she looked. And then so many years down the road, 2 or 3 years down the road, I think it was about 10 months, she was actually beginning to lose weight. And that is how she looks like today at the age of 55. Very, very excited about the future. About business, and I think that's what brought us onto the call this evening. So allow me to move over into that space. Business. You will also agree with me that there's a lot that is happening in as far as income is concerned. And ladies and gentlemen, we can't hide ourselves away from the fact that there's actually chronic income kind of stress among people all across the world. With the increase in petrol prices, food prices, with the increase in electricity, inflation, increased cost of education, we actually have a big crisis. That's why Neolife offers us the opportunity to become business owners. You know, so when we set out to go and start making money, you're either going to be employed, that means you have a job, or you're going to be self-employed, that means you own a job, or you're going to be a business owner, that means you've actually been able to create a system. Many people out there are actually employed and self-employed. The few people out there are business owners and investors. These are people who, the business owners and investors, their income does not depend on their presence. Whereas the employed and self-employed, their income depends on their presence. They have to put in time to get money. Many years ago when I saw this, I just made a decision that I wanted to work towards a point in my life where I would have money coming in, whether I am there or not. So I know if you're on the call and you have a job, fantastic. How long will you have that money coming in? Because as we grow older, we don't get any younger. You're on the call and you're self-employed, that's fantastic. Have you been able to create a system? And besides that, I think it's also just prudent that you think about having additional sources of income. Because that's how I looked at it when I first got this opportunity. I was busy on my path to becoming an electrical engineer. And I'm telling you, I was excited about it until I got onto this team and I started working with this family here. And I noticed that, you know what, actually be able to build a business and be able to skip this issue of being employed and self-employed and go straight to becoming a business owner where I'm able to create a system for me. I don't have to wait to become 50 years of age to start thinking of how to create a system, because many people start thinking of becoming business owners as they approach retirement. But now through Neolife, I was able to be given that opportunity. But I had to first be explained to what does it mean to be in business? A business is where you have someone that is offering a product or service. Ladies and gentlemen, every business must have a product. If the business you're looking at does not have a product, then please run for your dear life. I've shown you the products that Neolife has to offer. Those are the products, those are the solutions that we give people. So once you have a product, And then you have these people in between that are able to get the product to the consumer, then you have a business. In our case of Neolife, we do have products that are able to satisfy people's needs, are solving people's problems. The only difference between what we do in Neolife and all the other businesses out there is that we don't have wholesalers and retailers. We have distributors who are given the opportunity to directly link up with Neolife so that they can actually use these products and pass them on to the consumers upon their recommendations. So we have things that guide us. And one of the things that guides us is the fact that you must have a reason as to why you get into business. Unlike being employed and being a self-employed person, what drives a business owner is their dreams. When I started, I only wanted $250 on this business, additional income, because I knew I'd be getting my money from my employer, and I knew that money would all get finished. But in my heart, I wanted something that would supplement that money so that I can actually have money to save. If you are employed, if you're self-employed, and you're on the call today, if every time the month ends, you don't remain with any money, then you're working for nothing. And if years go by, when you don't have any money that remains with you, all the salary that comes, all the money that comes from your self-employed venture ends up with the suppliers and the other people that take your money, like rent and things like that. You don't have any money you're saving for yourself. So when I came to Neolife, I was told, you know what, Andrew, if you do this business, you can actually earn some extra income. Do this business, you can be your own boss. You do this business, be sure that you'll get some good health. Do this business, you'll have family time. This was very special to me in particular because I grew up with a single father and he was quite a busy person. And oftentimes, he had to provide for us because he had to make ends meet. You know? So family time is something that is so crucial. I've been there to see our daughter grow every along the way because of this opportunity. So if you're on the call and you're looking at getting an asset, maybe it's a car, maybe it's a house for yourself, you are very welcome. If you're looking at traveling, we just came back from Turkey. It was quite exciting. You're very welcome. You're looking at helping others, you're very welcome. But you just have to have a reason. And then we tell you to do these three things. Because for this business to work for you, once you've registered and paid up your distributor fee, which is usually about $100, then you're good to go. Why? Because you just have to do these three things. The first one is to make sure that you use the products. The moment you use the products, what happens is that I now have a story to go and tell your product experience to someone else. Now, as you tell your product experience, you begin to build a retail customer base. If you've told about 6 to 12 people, guess what? You're already beginning to see an income as you tell people about how Provitality has helped you. You're looking at a profit and a commission for about $50, and you're actually a manager in the business. You know, the moment you go on and now you start building a team and you start helping other people, the APC, to also get these products to their clients, because the company gives you two options. You can either supply ABC yourself and you earn a profit, or you can direct them to where Neolife is, and then they can also get the products from themselves, from the company. But when you direct ABC to Neolife directly, the company pays you a commission. At this point, I want to make it very clear that Neolife does not pay you for bringing in people. Neolife pays you for making sure that people are using the products. The more people that use the products because of you, the more the company pays you. So whether they are customers, whether they're distributors you are engaging with, to see that they also get other people to use the products, the company is going to pay you an income. So you're looking at about $100 to $250 as a senior manager, as an executive manager. The income keeps on growing. And then as you now go ahead and you actually begin working on yourself, because ladies and gentlemen, oftentimes the biggest challenge in your life is you. The biggest challenge. Usually people ask me, and what has been your biggest challenge in your life for the last 18 years? I tell them the biggest challenge in your life is you. Because me, the person who is building this business, I'm the one who has to work so hard on myself to make sure that I become a better leader for the people I am showing and helping build their businesses. So personal development becomes very important. We have mentorship, we have weekly trainings, we have conventions, we have leadership schools, and so on and so forth that do take place in your life. And the moment you attend all those things, you're working on yourself, you're helping other people become senior managers like you. The company is going to recognize you as a director, and you're looking at about $500. The moment that goes on, you help other people become directors, and you're also helping them build a solid business, people using the products, and you become a world team member. Okay, sorry. Then the moment you go on, of course, as a world team member, you're looking at about $1,000. The moment you go on and then you help other people become world team members, then you're looking at president's team. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to build this business. My very first commission was about $10. By the time I was 5 months into this business, my commission had gone up to about $200 at that time. By the time I was 1.5 years in this business, my commission had gone up to about $1,000. As a world team member, I had begun traveling the world. You know, as a world team member, president team member, you begin traveling the world for free out of this opportunity. By the time I was leaving the university in my 3rd year, by the time I was in my 3rd year as a president's team member, by the time I was leaving the university, I had been a president's team member for about a year plus. That is why I decided to do this business full time. Even when I've gone ahead and done a few more qualifications like law, like tax, I can tell you Neolife still remains the one business that allows me to live a life where, whether I'm there or not, I can be able to have an income continue to come in as a business owner. And if you're on the call right now and you're looking at this business seriously, I just want to encourage you to seriously consider it, because the person I'm going to invite has been able to do a lot of these travels. So much of this travel has happened in your life. You don't want to go so much through it, and sometimes people see it as bragging and what. But let me tell you, New Life allows you to live a lifestyle like no other before. So many places that I've been able to enjoy together with my wife, courtesy of this opportunity. If you're on the call, allow me at this particular juncture to invite a gentleman that I met a few years back in Zimbabwe. This is a gentleman that has been able to change so many people's lives in Ghana. I just want to stop my screen so that I can now invite him. I want to get him. I see his video is on. He's a gentleman that has been building this business very, very seriously all across the world. And he's based in Ghana. He's a science lab technician. But more importantly, he's now on the world team, and we are happy to have him on board today, because as a gentleman who, just have to look for something here. As a gentleman that I've been able to see change so many people's lives, I am very sure this is someone that today, as you hear his story, you will be inspired. And I would like to invite and welcome all the team that is on call this evening, all the way from Ghana. You're very welcome. Kindly enjoy as we have Ibrahim Atobiloye take us through. Ibrahim, you're welcome to unmute. Kindly go ahead and kindly share your story.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew. Please, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much for this great privilege. You are all welcome to this call this evening. My name is Atobiloye Ibrahim and Aisha. Before this great opportunity, I wanted more out of life. I went to primary school, secondary school. After secondary school education, my father called me and told me he can no longer send me further due to financial handicap. And I thought within myself that what can I offer in exchange for money? I realized I have potential to start teaching as an graduate of an high school student. So I became a primary school teacher. I was born and bred in Lagos, Nigeria. As a teacher, my salary is less than $4 every single month. I did it for 2 years. After 2 years, I resigned voluntarily. I became a trader. I was doing trading also for 2 years. Jobs, I carrying goods from the markets just to gather money within 4 years and 6 months in order for me to proceed with my education. I thought if I can be educated, I can support my family financially. In school, I studied science, laboratory technology, but I saw this business in my final year while in school. I saw it at the right time. Why? Because I was in search of a better life before this opportunity came my way. I got building it. As soon as I graduated, I continued doing this business and I'm doing it full time. I was doing a business, I became a senior manager. Things were not going the way I love it. And since I've been able to gather some necessary information about the growth of the business, I decided to leave my comfort zone. I decided to leave Lagos, Nigeria, and travel to a country I've never been in my life before, which is the neighboring country, which is known as Ghana. I call it neighboring English country. In between Nigeria and Ghana are two countries, which is Benin Republic and Togo. I was not having money on me. I have to borrow some money from my other brother in order for me to be on this trip. And I arrived in Ghana 27 October 2017. When I arrived to Ghana, I was homeless, sleeping on the street. Somebody will ask me, why are you in Ghana? I only search on Google and I know Neolife is in Ghana and Accra. So when I want to start coming, my major target is that how will I get to Accra? I get to Accra, I try and locate the office, and every day I go there. If I go there, I'll go out, I'll talk to people about the business. I encounter different forms of rejection, most especially the language barrier rejection. Ghana is an English-speaking country, but the local dialect dominates, in which this is a reality that is shocking to me. But I never let that one to discourage me. I just continue building the business. I was talking to people. From a result of a senior manager 500 PV, I became a SAFA director within 1 year and 3 months through Neolife business in Ghana. It was very amazing and my life started changing right before my eyes. Within 1 year and 6 months, I became a Ruby director. I started traveling. I went to BDR with my mom. During that period, I realized that yes, I'm capable, I can afford to get married. God willing for me, I found my love in Ghana. I was able to get married. You know, getting married in your tribe is somehow flexible, but you now getting married across the border, I have to bring my family all the way from Nigeria down to Ghana in order for me to do the wedding. Today I'm married and I have a kid. Courtesy of Neolife International, we are doing very well. Today I stay in a comfortable apartment in Accra. Today through this business, I've been able to extend it to 6 different countries and it's still growing further. Today through this business, I'm now a qualified 3 Ruby director in the business. This business has taken me to places whereby I only dream of before. And I'm just getting started. I've been able to travel to Abu Dhabi. I've been in Dubai. I've been in Sun City. I've been in Zimbabwe Paradise. That's when I met my great leader. May God bless you. It was an amazing experience meeting great giants in this industry, whereby we admire from afar, now meeting them in one room, and we are learning a whole lot from them. It's an inspiring gathering to Neolife business. You know, even in a month's time, I think by on the 8th of next month, there is a makeup event due to visa that most of us in West Africa could not go to World Team Conference. We are going to be in Mombasa for a World Team Conference. This is an amazing experience, courtesy of Neolife International. Today, when it comes to earning, I earn around 3,000 US dollars every single month. But look at it, 5 years ago, this young man talking to you, I was homeless, sleeping on the street of Accra. Through this business, I've been able to buy a car, Toyota Camry Muzzle, and also many other achievements too, which are in place. My greatest joy now is not the money I'm making, because in 2020, I was able to produce 20 brand new directors in my team, 2 Sapphire director, 1 Ruby director. 2021, I became 2 Ruby director. 2022, I became a 3 Ruby director. But one thing that is exciting about this year is that we are in the 6th month of the year. Inside this year in my team, I've been able to create 1 2 Ruby director, 1 1 Ruby director, and 3 Sapphire director. The Sapphire director, the 3 of them are in their 20s. One of them is a 20 years old young man, whereby I met. Being young gives me an opportunity to also network with the young. But let me tell you, whether you are young and you are elderly, even as a student, you can run this business and you can become successful. One thing I want to tell you is that the person who has invited you has given you an opportunity that can radically transform your business from good to great. If a young guy like me can do it, I believe you can do it better. Today, Neolife has changed my life positively, and I'm having positive influence on the youth in our society. Today, when my team, I see them, I'm joyous. When I see them, I'm usually very happy. I have 2 people in my team now who have qualified for Ruby orientation inside this year. I have some people whereby their lineup already qualified for business development retreat, that's leadership summit, even if it is not yet the time. But due to how this business has been able to change my life, and I'm passionate about sharing it with others, it has radically changed other people's life as well. One thing I want to encourage you is that take your personal decision. This business can help you become more out of life. This business can take you from nobody to somebody. 5 years ago, I was homeless sleeping on the streets. Today, I'm making 3,000 US dollars every single month as a young man. If I can do it, you can do it better. If I can do it, you just need to take your own personal decision and take action. One thing I believe is that too much talk doesn't cook rice. When you finish, ask a forward-going question. Ask your sponsor, the person who has invited you, how can I join your life business? Don't ask a question of backwardness that, what if assuming you can start it even on a part-time, whether you have a job, you don't have a job, this business, you can take that decision to get started. I started as a part-time, as a student while in school. And as soon as I graduated, since that time till now, I've been doing it full time and I'm enjoying doing it. Why? Because there is nothing like Neolife business. There is nothing I can compare to Neolife business. The time flexibility you are going to have in building your business. So you have the family time, you have a lot of time in which outside there, you are going to cram in different jobs, and all the hours is spent on things whereby you can account for in order for you to please your boss to earn that token amount of money. But Neolife has given you and I a blank check through doing the basics in which our leader, Mr. Andrew, has educated us about. Through repetition in doing the basic, you can be able to build a business empire for yourself. If a young man like me can come from a country known as Nigeria down to Ghana, and today I am building the business not only in Ghana, all across West Africa and some other part of the world too as well, including a country, Liberia, whereby I have some downlines there. They have never even seen Neolife company before, and they are becoming directors. They are becoming Emirate director. They've not seen Neolife company before. It does not even exist in their country. I've been able to network, get there, and we are building a fantastic business. If I can do it, you can do it better. Take your personal decision, and I want to see you at the beaches of the world in order for us to celebrate together. Thank you very much. God bless you all for joining this call. Thank you very much, Mr. Andrew, for the privilege, sir.
Wow, thank you, Sue. Thank you to Ibra. It has truly been an honor to have you inspire us this evening. As humble as you may look, as humble as you may look, I want to tell you that people have been inspired to go back and build this business for themselves through your story this evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up our meeting, thank you so much, Mr. Ibra. If you're a guest and you're on the call, kindly turn to the person who has invited you, and please let them just give you the form so that you get started. Because if people like Ibra have been able to do it, I am sure can do it. We send our regards and greetings to everybody that has come along with you, Ibra, this evening, all the way from Accra. Now I know there is also Liberia, there's Lagos, everywhere where someone has been able to log in. We do appreciate. I also want to thank everybody that has logged in all the way from across Africa here. I know we have some people who have been on from South Africa, from Zambia, from Namibia, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. We would like to take this moment and wish you a very wonderful week. If you're a guest, please talk to the person who invited you onto the call. If we have been able to do it, you can definitely do it a lot better. Thank you very much, Ibra. Have a good evening, and may God bless you.